In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all thanks and praise be to Allah, the Lord of the mankind. Our dear students, sons and daughters, peace be upon you all and good morning. It's an English session for grade 3rd, secondary, for both scientific and literary section, علمي وأدبي. Unit 6, the world of sport, the world of sport. Our structure today is about direct and indirect speech. Direct and indirect speech. At first, with the meaning of direct and indirect speech. In Arabic, الكلام المباشر وغير المباشر. يعني إيه؟ Direct speech, the writing of speech using the exact words of the speaker, usually between quotation marks. The writing of speech using the exact words of the speaker, usually between quotation marks. كتابة الكلام زي ما صدر على لسان الشخص، وغالبا بنلاقيه ما بين quotation marks اللي هي علامات التنصيص، أو بنسميها inverted commas. Inverted commas. For example, Ali said to me, I live in Cairo. I live in Cairo. It's a sentence in the direct speech. كلام مباشر. Indirect speech or reported speech is used to express what another has said. استخدم للتعبير عما قاله شخص. It involves a change in tense. ويتطلب مني تغيير في الزمن. To change from direct into indirect, at first it's important to change the tense. To change the tense. In general, from present to past. From present to past. If the sentence is present simple, we change it into past simple. لو الجملة اللي موجودة عندي between quotation marks ما بين علامات التنصيص present simple بنحولها إلى past simple. If it's present continuous, am, is, are, ing, we change it into past continuous. For example, was, were, ing. If the sentence is present perfect, present perfect has, have, plus past participle, we change it into past perfect. Had, past participle. So we change present simple into past simple. We change present continuous into past continuous. So if we have am, is, are, ing, we change them into was, were, ing. We change the present perfect into past perfect. So if we have has or have plus past participle, it must be changed into had past participle. So we change from present into past. طيب. If we have past simple, must be changed into past perfect. Can, could, will, would, may, might, has to, have to, must, we change them all into had to. Present simple, past simple. am is are, was were, has have had, past simple into past perfect, can, could, will, would, may, might, has to, have to, must, had to. These are the change we must use when we change from direct into indirect speech. There are 3 types of sentences. Between quotation marks ما بين علامات التنصيص دي احنا ممكن نلاقي 3 types of sentences 3 أنواع من الجمل. Number 1 statement. Statement اللي هي الجملة الخبرية. For example, I live in Cairo. It's a statement. It's a statement. It starts with a subject. بدايتها subject and ends with full stop. So it's a statement. The second one commands and requests or imperative. Commands or requests or imperative اللي هي الجملة الأمرية. For example, open the door, or a negative, don't be noisy. The second type is imperative الجملة الأمرية. For example, open the door or don't be noisy. Open the door. It's an imperative because we start with the verb in the infinitive form and ends with full stop. It's affirmative. جملة أمرية مثبتة. Things we should do. But don't be noisy. It's a negative imperative. جملة أمرية منفية. We always start with don't. دايما بستخدم don't. The third one is question. We also have 2 kinds of questions. عندي نوعين من الأسئلة. Yes or no questions, or WH questions. We can see 3 types of sentences between the quotation marks. Maybe statement, I live in Cairo. How to know that's a statement? We always start with the subject and end full stop. Imperative, open the door and don't be noisy. Open the door, it's an imperative but affirmative. Don't be noisy, it's an imperative but negative. Question, yes or no questions or WH question. For example, Ali said to me, look how to change this example from direct into indirect speech. I live in Cairo. First, identify the sentence. لازم أول حاجة أعرف أحدد الجملة نوع الجملة اللي أنا فيها. هل هي statement ولا imperative ولا question. Okay? I live in Cairo. This sentence starts with starts with the subject, ends with full stop. بدأت بفاعل وآخرها full stop يبقى statement. It's a saying verb. Saying verb. Saying verb يعني فعل القول. To change the sentence from direct into indirect, Ali, and we change said to into told. For example, Ali told me. We drop quotation marks. هنعمل حذف للquotation marks لعلامات التنصيص and use that. Ali told me that. I refers to Ali. I بتشير لمين؟ لعلي. So we change I into he. This sentence is present simple. So we change the present simple into past. Ali told me that he lived in Cairo. Again, to change a sentence from direct into indirect speech, first change the saying verb هنحول فعل القول ده said to إلى told. Drop quotation marks هنحذف علامات التنصيص and use that. We change I according to the speaker. If the speaker is, for example, Ali, we change I into he. If the speaker is a name for a girl or a woman, we change I into she. Identify the tense, تعرف على الزمن, and change it into the past. For example, the sentence is present, so we change the present simple into past one, past simple. Another example, Nada said to Aya, I will visit my uncle tomorrow. Nada said to Aya, I'll visit my uncle tomorrow. First, identify the type of the sentence. I think it's a statement. It starts with the subject, ends with full stop. To change the sentence from direct into indirect, Nada, we change said to into told. بحول said to إلى told. Nada told Aya. We drop quotation marks. هنلغي quotation marks and use that. I refers to Nada, so we change I according to the speaker. هحول I طبقا للمتحدث اللي عندي اللي هو Nada, so we change I into she. Will must be changed into would. She would visit. The subject I, so the pronoun must be my. What happens if the subject change into she؟ هنا عندي I علشان كده بقول my uncle عمي أنا. لكن أول ما بتكلم عنها هي, as we changed I into she, we must change my into her. Would visit her uncle tomorrow must be changed into the next day. Nada said to Aya, I will visit my uncle tomorrow. First, identify the type of the sentence. تعرف على نوع الجملة. This is a statement. دي جملة خبرية. So, to change it from direct into indirect speech, we change said to into told. We drop quotation marks and use that. We change I according to the speaker. The speaker is Nada, so we must change I into she. Will must be changed, as we said before, into would. Visit her uncle tomorrow. Tomorrow must be changed into the next day. My father said to me, open the door. My father said to me, open the door. First, identify the type of the sentence. It's an imperative. دي جملة أمرية. Okay, my father. We also change said to into told or asked. Told or asked. Told أو asked. There is no difference between them. But concentrate more. First, it's a statement. دي جملة خبرية. So we drop quotation marks and use that. حذفنا علامات التنصيص واستخدمنا that. But it's an imperative. دي جملة أمرية. حذفنا علامات التنصيص واستخدمنا to open the door. The last example is my teacher said to me, don't be noisy. Also, it's an imperative. دي برضو جملة أمرية but negative منفية. My teacher, we change said to into asked me. In affirmative sentences we use to. In negative sentences we use not to. Not to be noisy. But the difference between statements and imperative: statements we drop quotation marks and use that, but imperative sentences in positive we drop quotation marks and use to. In negative we drop quotation marks and use not to. For homework, workbook, page 37. It's Allah who bestows success and guides us to the straight path. Thanks for listening and goodbye.